A lever. What? This thing is useless. Hey guys, this is Red and welcome back to a new Minecraft video. Today I made something quite useless, as you saw from the title. And as you can see from my inventory, I have here a just simple lever. So if I place it here and activate it, you see that a useless machine comes out from the ground and turns this lever off. So let me turn it on again. And you can see that it's just a useless machine. So every time that we turn this lever on, it will activate a mechanism that will make a piston appear, which will of course deactivate the whole system and makes the pistons contract. And I know that many people already did this useless machine, useless box, or how you wanna call it, using pistons. And the special thing about this one is that it doesn't involve any pistons. You can see that down here we don't have anything. We just have an armor stand. And of course, since I like to play with command blocks to create stuff with them, I have recreated this useless box using command blocks, of course. Let's see it another time. You can see that when we turn the lever on, a piston appears, it extends, turns the lever off, and it goes back into the ground. Of course, now this is the whole command block line that powers this machine. It's quite a long line. I didn't expect it to use so many command blocks. Right guys, so if you wanna reproduce this, recreate this into your Minecraft world, go ahead and do it. You can give yourself a command block through this command. Give @p command _ block, and boom, there we go. And make sure that you create a command block line that looks exactly like mine. So if you want, you can pause the video, count how many command blocks I placed. I didn't count them. So the first command block here at the bottom is set on repeat, unconditional, and always active. The second one is set on chain, conditional, and always active. And all of these ones here are set on chain, unconditional, and always active. Right, so first we have here a normal command block that will allow us to summon this invisible armor stand here. And all you have to do, you place it down, you copy the command. Of course, you will find all the commands that I used in this video in the video description. There's a link, click it and you'll be forwarded to my webpage where all the commands that I used here are listed. So you take the first command from the list, you paste it inside the command block, click on this button, always active, and then click on done, and the armor stand will be summoned. Now make sure that you have only one of these, otherwise they will glitch out. And yeah, we can now create a scoreboard objective. So copy the second command that you will find in the list, paste it in the chat and press enter. Of course, it's saying that the objective already exists because I have already created it. So yeah, now let's go and explain you guys in an easy way what these command blocks do. So the first command block here at the bottom that activates the whole line, it checks when there is a lever turned on near the armor stand named AS box. So this armor stand here that we summoned here is named AS box. When a lever turned on is detected one block towards positive Z, then the next command block will be activated and will increase the scoreboard of that armor stand. Of course, you remember that we created a scoreboard objective named useless box. What we do, we increase the scoreboard of that armor stand on this scoreboard objective. Right, so of course, if you want to make this work, you have to pay attention at the directions where you look at. So when you summon your armor stand, you see that it is on this block. You have to look towards south and place a lever exactly looking towards south, like that. If you place it looking in this direction, it will not work because it checks for the exact data value of the lever. And of course it will work. Sorry guys, I forgot to remove this command block here, it's useless. So make sure that you remove one command block from the whole line, because we don't need these, okay? So let's continue. What you have to do in your line of command blocks, you just paste this command in the third one, okay? Right, so this command block here checks when the armor stand has a score on the useless box scoreboard of minimum 7. And if it's true, we are going to constantly add a value to that scoreboard objective. So you will ask, but didn't we already do it in this command block? You see that there's a scoreboard players at useless box 1. Well, this happens only if a lever turned on is found near the armor stand, but you know that there's a piston that pushes it, and for just a really small moment it removes the lever. So in that moment the armor stand has a score of 7. Now we have to constantly increase it without detecting the lever, because the lever of course doesn't exist anymore. So the next command block here, it resets that score when it reaches a value of 18, which is basically after the whole mechanism is deactivated. Then the next command block here checks when the armor stand has a score between 1 and 1. Basically, when the score of that armor stand is equals to 1, we are going to summon an armor stand that is rode by a falling sand, which has of course the tile of a sticky piston. Basically, we summon that sticky piston falling sand. The next command block here, it checks when the scoreboard this time is between 1 and 5. And when the score is between 1 and 5, it teleports the armor stand that we just summoned, not the first armor stand, not the armor stand that stays there near the lever. The armor stand that we just summoned, it teleports it by 0.18 blocks each and every game tick. Basically, this is the command block that makes the animation of the piston that comes out from the ground. You can see, and also it goes back thanks to another command. Right, so the next command block here, when the score of the first arm stand is equals to 6, is going to set a redstone block right under the piston. So you know that first we create a falling sand entity which has a tile of a piston. When it reaches the surface, it becomes a normal block, a normal sticky piston. Then exactly right after it becomes a sticky piston, we are going to set a redstone block under it. So of course it activates and extends and then removes the lever. Then quickly after a couple of game ticks, we are going to replace that block with some red stained hardened clay. If the ground of your world is made out of a different block, you'll have to change stained hardened clay 14 with, I don't know, with grass, dirt or any block that you have. Then the next command block here is going to check when the scoreboard of the first armor stand is equal to 12. When this is true, we are going to set a lever. And we are going to set it right here because if you pay attention, when we activate this mechanism, when the piston extends, it removes the lever. And what we do with that command block there, we are going to replace it really quickly. So you can see that for a really short moment, the lever disappears. And of course, we are going to place it back. So one tick after, we also removed the piston because you remember that the falling sand became a piston, a normal sticky piston. And of course we wanna remove it. And in the same moment, when the armor stand has a score of 12, we are going to summon another armor stand which is rode by a falling sand entity which has a display tile of a sticky piston. We are going to summon it, but this time we are going to summon it on the ground, on the surface. And with the next command block, we are going to teleport it 0.18 blocks down for every game tick. Right, so the next command block here, it checks when the scoreboard of the first armor stand is equals to 17. When so is true, we are going to kill the armor stand named Box 1. Basically, the armor stands named Box 1 are the armor stand rode by the falling sand entities. This is simple. So we are just going to kill them so we don't have them spread into the world. Right. Then this command block here is going to kill all the items that are near the armor stand named AS box. So you can see that it kills all the items. And we are going to do this because if you look closely again, well, it didn't show up this time. You saw that the lever turned into an item. And of course we want to remove it because we don't want to have a lot of lever items here near the armor stand. Right, so the next command block is going to play just a sound when the piston extends. So basically when the score of that armor stand is equals to 2, we are going to play a block piston extend sound, which is basically the sound that a piston does when it extends. The next one, it checks when the score of the first armor stand is equals to 6 and when there's a sticky piston with a data value of 11. And this is the system that makes the useless machine work even if the player turns the lever really quickly. So you can see that when the player turns the lever really quickly, it becomes normal, right? So basically, when the score of our armor stand is equals to 6, we are detecting for a sticky piston that is extended, and we are going to constantly add a score on that scoreboard objective because therefore it would stop. Then the last command block here, it also checks, it detects when there's a armor stand named box 1 summoned. We are going to execute for the armor stand named AS box 2, and which has a score between 1 and 6. So basically, when the armor stand named box 1 is summoned and the first armor stand has a score between 1 and 6, we are going to detect for a lever with a data value of 5. So basically, when the player activates the lever and quickly turns it off, it is going to have back the data value of 5. And this command, what it does, it checks it and understands that the player really quickly deactivated the lever. So what this command block is going to do, it is going to constantly increase the scoreboard of our arm stand even if the lever is turned off. So that was it, guys, about this command creation. There's a lot of command blocks, but you know, it's quite easy to understand. And yeah, let me show it to you another time. You can see it's the useless box, basically, remade with command blocks, of course. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did so, please leave a big fat thumbs up under it and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content like this. As always, I want to thank you all guys for watching this video until the end, and I'll see you all guys in my next video. See you, bye.